Y no sé si mostré estar electro que entré. No sé si mostré estar electro. Ese culito me tiene loco, yo pide que me la cene. Loco, Netflix, la tele, loco, en la mañana, tengo una pensar en mami. I know we just met, but playing so much hard to get without any regrets. Un 3 al 4 te quito el estrés. Madrugada, pijamas, un café rico al lado de mi cama. Pipa, chica, limpia. We did it. We're live. Smooth as fuck. Damn, that was crazy. What's going on, guys? Welcome to my live stream. 4th live stream this month. Welcome to the viewers that are on here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I know I look a little bit yeller. I'm not sick, I promise. It's this fucking bitch ass light. But we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it look as sexy as possible in post. How's everybody doing? Throw some fire emojis in the chat if you're here, if you're live with me. We got a super fucking exciting live stream for you guys today because we're going to be talking about something I do all the time, which is songwriting, and kind of talk about like my process, and we're going to kind of show you guys and dive into some. I got some notes here on my other computer. I'm going to dive into some of my process, and we're going to talk about you know, kind of like structure. We're going to talk about lyrics. We're going to talk about some of one of my songs and kind of like dive into the song and how I wrote it and things like that. You know, just like very basic subjective. What the fuck did I just say? Very basic subjective things that maybe you guys can use during your process when you songwrite music. It's gonna be super fun. It's something I'm very passionate about, that I love doing. I love teaching about it as well. So hopefully you guys take something from this live stream. Before we get into the live stream, I wanted to do something really cool. And I wanted to actually do something where I kind of give back to the people who are viewing this. It's the 4th live stream, so I thought it'd be appropriate to kind of just, you know, give some money away. I mean, like, just to show like my appreciation for everybody who watches the live streams, and to keep you guys coming back, because who doesn't love free money? I do. Let's see what we got. Janessa Holloway, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the fire emojis and showing love. Hopefully more people show up. And if nobody shows up, I guess, Janessa Holloway, you will be winning $25,000. I wish I can give $25,000, but it's $25 we're giving away to 2 lucky people that are going to be in the chat. We're going to give the chat just a couple of minutes for more people to start coming in. Hey, Nefertiti, what's good, family? How you doing? Hold up. How you doing, family? Nefertiti's in the house. Make some fucking noise, motherfucker. Thank you for joining me, Nefertiti. I appreciate you and your support. Janessa Holloway. How else can I say it? Is there a different way to say it? Do people say it weird? Because if they do, it's fucked up. It's right there. It's in the name. Janessa Holloway. Janessa Holloway. Do you feel me? I'm glad I could say your name right, because I know how that feels. Being called Ito, Ito, all different variations of a 3-letter word. So it happens. But thank you guys so much again for joining me on my live stream. Like I said, this is the 4th live stream that I've done, period, ever on YouTube Live. So I told the people, you're hot. Hair flip. They say, Jay Nessa. Man, I am a little bit hot. I'm not going to lie. Sign now. Let me stop. But nah, Janessa, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Janessa, like Vanessa, but Janessa. Like there's no A in Janessa. It doesn't make any sense. The hair. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. I had to put a little something in the hair. You know what I'm saying. I can't flip it yet, but it's gonna grow into it. I'm actually doing something really cool on what is it, on Saturday, where I hit up some of the homies and they're gonna be styling my hair. So it's gonna be a surprise, kind of doing like a little style rebrand with a lot of the things that I'm doing with my music, with how I'm presenting myself online. So just to give you guys kind of like an idea. Like I have a mood board on here, but I'm not gonna show you because I'll ruin the surprise. But it's kind of going for like a very androgynous Latin punk sex fashion is kind of what I'm going to go for. So we're going to see how it plays out when it actually happens, when, you know, everything starts rolling around. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be very sexy. And, you know, we're going to make some shit happen. It might get sexy today, too, because I'm actually going to sing in the live stream today. Kind of to show you guys about my process in songwriting. So it'll be fitting if I just like... if I sing. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but this is an amazing, amazing seltzer. I've become a seltzer whore, guys, unfortunately. Let's see, Latin punk sex fashion. Yeah, and if I said you hot and that's why I came. Well, I'm here for you guys. If you want to look at me like a sexy piece of meat, I'm all here, baby. Go ahead. Feel free to say what you got to say and do what you got to do. Anyway, you can't delete shit now. It's here forever. All right. So, I mean, you guys are the only people here. Let me see. Are there anybody else in the chat? I'm gonna give it like a couple minutes because I just posted it. Actually, let me see if I actually posted on my fucking on the Instagrams. Let's see. No, it didn't even post, dude. I hate when they do this shit. All right, let's wait for it. Give it a second. That shit is trash, bro. I fucking hate Instagram. All right, let's see. Come on, baby. Just post for me, baby. Come on, baby. Just post. Just post for me. Actually, I'm going to put this up here. Damn, and I posted that shit like 20 minutes ago, too. So unfair. Let's see. Done. Hold line. Damn it. I didn't even know Terrence was in here. Did you post? Did you post? What's going on, guys? All right, it finally posted. So, let's see. Let's give it like 10 minutes before I get started, before I get on my songwriting tips. Just to give you guys a little example, I actually got some notes on here. I have a whole thing that I'm going to get into. I actually try to structure it, all of this stuff around what I want to talk about today. So there's a little bit of structure in there, but I'm going to go off on tangents and stuff. So it won't be, you know, exactly, you know, to the T. So, yeah, I posted it on my Discord. Oh my God, Nefertiti, you got a Discord?
Sign me up, dog. Where's my invite for the Discord? Can I be a part of the Discord, bro? What's up? I would love to be. God damn it.
I would love to be a part of your Discord. I don't have a Discord. I'm not that popular yet. But, wait, what the hell? Join our... Here, I'm in this dope tax advantage Zoom, how to get the bag, and anybody want to fucking know about taxes? I don't even want to know about fucking taxes, bro. Anyway, there should be people coming in soon, hopefully. People give a fuck. I'll text you the link. Yes, text me the link. I appreciate it. That would be amazing and shit. So yeah. Give it like a couple more 10 minutes. I'm playing actual music that I haven't even showed anybody, like this shit. Music that's all coming out during the summer, which I'm really excited about. Actually, if there's any projects that you guys are coming out with and all that stuff, make sure you post it in the link so I can like post it on my after the live stream. You have a song, any singles coming out, any projects or stuff like that, just post it on the live link so I could take it, and then I can put it under my descriptions for the YouTube video when all this shit is over. So another way to give back to the community. Let's make some noise. Oh, and Nefertiti, I actually figured out the whole fucking the app thing. You guys are making me fucking nervous.
Oh my god, you're making me nervous.
But make sure, make sure you do that, do all that, and send me all that information and stuff so I can put you guys under the description. And yeah, just show love. It's free love, baby. There's nothing wrong with free love. And I have all the love for free. So, yeah, I'm actually going to be singing today. I'm going to kind of show you guys. Basically, when I go into the whole songwriting thing, a song that I wrote that's coming out next month called Pink Guava, and it's kind of just to show you guys how I don't want to spoil it yet, but I'm gonna sing the song and then I'm gonna show you what I did when I took the song from the acoustic version that I originally wrote it as, and then I made it into like a full production, so you can so you guys can kind of see how I took that and made it into, I structured it into a production. But again, this is all about songwriting. We're not going into production. We're not doing anything about drums, no vocal production, just strictly some tips and stuff that I've learned over the years working with singers and songwriters. Especially since literally it's all I fucking do every single day. So it'll be exciting. It'll be cool. I should probably post this. Let me see. Let me do this really quick, because I want to post it on the Facebook really quick. You guys can keep staring at me and treating me like a piece of meat. Totally fine. We need more people to treat me like a piece of meat, God damn it. So let's post this on here. We live, baby. And post. Cool. So hopefully some more people join up. Janessa, what do you do? Are you a songwriter as well? Are you an artist? Are you a producer? Pink Guava. It's actually, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a song. It's a song that is up to interpretation. I'll just leave it at that. It's a complete song about leaving it up to the audience about what they think it might be about. Might be about that. Might be about eating some pussy, you know what I'm saying? Eating that pussy, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I'll actually ask you guys to treat you as meat. Neff, you know you be treating me like meat every day, all the time. And I'm actually very flattered every single time. So, Janessa, you're an artist. Meow. What do you do? Talk to me. What is it? What kind of music do you do? What's the style? What is it that you're trying to do? Are you strictly an artist? Are you a singer-songwriter? I want to know more. Tell me more. What is this? What you do? Because I know Nefertiti here, she's a motherfucking full package. She produces, she songwrites, she sings, she's doing mixing as well. She's doing the whole thing. You're fucking killing it. So, congratulations to that. I'm gonna clap for that shit, because there's not a lot of you out there, by the way. Singer, songwriter, producer, artist. It's hard. It's very fucking hard. No pun intended. But I sing pop music. Ow, nice. I'm a Latin pop artist myself. That's awesome. A little jazz. Okay, alrighty. Yo. Mark, what's going on? I fucked up your name last time, so I'm going to strictly stick to Mark because I don't want to fuck it up again. But thank you for fucking joining, man. I appreciate you guys. Now we got 3 people for the free giveaway. We're giving away $25 of cash to 2 people in the chat. We're waiting for more people to come in so we can make it fair. Actually, while we're waiting for people to come in, let's have you guys drop your cash apps down into the comment section, down in the message box below, so I can start putting in everybody's cash apps, so we can do this raffle really quick, and then we can get on with the entire songwriting thing. So let's see, what is it called? Wheel of names. There we go. Random picker. Yeah. So throw in your cash apps down there. And then we are going to give away $25 to 2 lucky people in the chat to give back. Thank you guys so much for your support and everything. Everybody likes free money. So I don't mind giving it away because money's money. Let's see. We got boom, 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 boom. What we got here? Mark is good. I do everything except sing. Hey man, we gonna sing today. Maybe we can sing together. I'll teach you something. I'm gonna be singing today, so just copy me. Hey man, singing is singing. Whether you process it or not, is singing. Let's see. Here we go. Holloway, Janessa. That's one. And we got, okay, let's put it in here. And T, is it TI or is it T1? This is TI, right? It's TI? I'm going to say TI. TI-80 Mark. If I fuck up your names, I'm sorry. And we have Nefertiti. You're Nef Gold. Okay, cool. So we got 3 people in this wheel. I'll show you guys right here. We got 3 people so far in the wheel. Y'all heard me. Let's see if more people start joining in, so we can make this a fair bout. Either way, 2 of you guys are gonna win $25 for the culture. From my pockets, really, but for the culture. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Yeah, Janessa, I was gonna say if you have stuff on YouTube, whatever, Spotify, streaming services, or Instagram. I don't think I follow you on Instagram. Make sure you do that. Make sure you share that information down below so I can follow you guys. And yeah, you know, like I said, free love, guys. It's all free love. What's this? Very cool. Let's get more people. Yeah, bring more people in here. Just tell them that there's free money. Literally, free money giveaway. I mean, come on. People just don't like free money. That's what I hate, yo. Just like, guys, we're just giving away free money. You know, all you gotta do is show up. That's it. You literally just gotta show up. There's no strings attached. It's literally me giving free money away, which is kind of like a bad business expense. But you know what? It's for the people, so we out here. Oh, did the song play? Oh, it did play. Let me see. Let's play some more new shit that's coming out. Did everybody have a good week so far? Anything exciting happen? I'm always free for money. You see, that's you know what I'm saying? That's the energy I like. Real Janessa Holloway. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to make sure I follow you right now. So, because I forget a lot. Probably because of drugs. Just kidding. Let's see. At Janessa. I think this is you. Let me see. Janessa Holloway. Is this you? Let me know if that's you, and I'll send you that follow. I don't want to follow any bots. I ate cheesecake empanadas, and it changed my life. Cheesecake? Wait, oh, cheesesteak. I was about to say. Cheesecake empanadas? That should sound good as hell, too. But cheesesteak empanadas? I don't think I've ever had a cheesesteak empanada before. Might be something to try differently this week. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's great. All right, cool. That's you. Boom. Got my stuff up on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Awesome. I love the production. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, Mark, send me your stuff as well, too, so I can follow you on, I don't know if you have it on, yeah, just your Instagram handle. And I'll follow you as well, man. For sure. For sure. Here we go. Boom. I know y'all motherfuckers is looking at my frickin' Instagram. Join. It do though. I'm about to make some cheesecake empanadas. That should sound amazing. Actually, hold up. I'm about to Google it. Cheesecake empanadas. What we got? I fucked up the spelling on that. They do. Yo, they do. They do. Hold up. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Son. What is this? What is this fucking witchcraft? That should look banging. With strawberries, like strawberry cheesecake empanadas. Shit might give me some crazy ass sugar rush high cholesterol, but I'm with it. I'm with it. That sounds amazing. On Insta and TikTok. All right, bet. I'm gonna follow you right now. Don't forget. T-I. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, man. The Hot Pocket days, bro. That was my struggle food in college. Hot Pockets, ham and cheese, pepperoni, the pizza ones. All right, I got you, Mark. I'm following you right now. It's on the screen. I'm gonna just leave it on the screen so you guys can be hungry. But yeah, man, them Hot Pockets, that was the struggle food in college. Never forget. That and white rice with a fried egg. Can't beat it. Just can't beat it. All right, guys, we are going to, it's been about like 20 minutes already, so it looks like nobody wants some fucking free money, so we're going to give it out to you guys. I have your motherfucking Cash Apps on here, so we got 3 people, which means that the odds are forever in your favor. Is it the 2 hands in Hunger Games, or is it 3 hands? I never remember that. Try to seduce him. You know what we gotta do, Nefertiti? Next time, we could promo this stuff because I'm gonna do this every week. But what we can do is we could take a picture of you and then we could just show a little cleavage. You know what I'm saying? Show a little skin and just stick like a bunch of like dollar bills in there and just send it to random people and be like, at Laudito, free money, and come join the motherfucking stream if you want this. And just bribe them with your titties, but it'll actually be money that they're getting. Unless you want to give them titties, and it's totally up to you. I'm just saying, I have no problem with titties and money. But I'll only be providing the money. All right, so you can totally do that if you want. You heard? It should be fun following. I mean, I love making content. I'll just say that. I just love making a bunch of content on Instagram. I'm trying to bring all of the content and start making it in put everything on YouTube. You know, I'm trying to put on all the social medias, but I'm trying to put it as much as possible, focusing on this year specifically on YouTube. But yeah, I'll make some content. I'm cool. I
do a little something. It's
good. So it'll be songwriting tips. It'll be a bunch of things, really. Last couple of weeks, I was doing more production stuff, so it was like vocal production, how to properly produce your vocals and stuff like that. I'm gonna do more videos like that. It'll be a little bit more repetitive. And then the last 2 weeks, we were doing videos on drum production. So if you wanted to know about drums and stuff like that, that would have been a cool stuff to check it out. Or if your friends want to check it out, totally cool. Produce your friends and stuff. But I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna do more repetitive stuff, a little more structured. I'm kind of figuring this stuff out as I go. But yeah, it's a work in progress. I'm learning it as I go. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's do this, guys, because people suck. But let's give away some money to you guys. Here we go. We are going to give away some money. All right, bet, guys. So here we go. I'm going to click to spin, and we're going to see which one of you guys gets this stuff. Once you guys win, I'm going to just send the money directly to you, to your Cash App, and then that's it. That's pretty simple. And then we can get right into the songwriting portion of the live stream. All right, so here you go. Wish you guys the best of luck. May the best Cash App win. Here we go. And boom. Who we got? 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 And hey! Congratulations, Holloway, Janessa. Or Janessa Holloway. I don't know why I said it backwards, but you won. $25 goes to you. I'll make sure after the stream you get that joint. Yeah, congratulations. You the one. Boom. All right, let's see what the next one's gonna be. It's gonna be a battle between Neff and Mark. I'm sorry, Janessa, but you can't win twice. Unfortunately, it would be great. You'll just be balling today with $50 for just showing up. I bet. Let's go. Let's remove you. Oh, I can just remove you. Bet. Cool. So congratulations to you. Let's go for the next one and let's take the spin. Here we go. Hey, let's give it up for Mark. He won the other $25. Give it up for him. Make some motherfucking noise. Woo! Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Congratulations to you guys both. I'll make sure to get that out to you as soon as this live stream is over. You guys are winners. Congratulations to you guys. Get that money, get that bread, get to the bag. Thank you guys for showing up to the live stream. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we're doing this every week. Hopefully more people show up to these joints and we can give more people opportunities to sub. Actually, Nefertiti, you won the last time, so it's kind of crazy that it didn't even pick you because I think the algorithm of the internet just knows that they don't want to give you any more money, but that's okay. We're going to give it out to somebody else, which is totally awesome. All right, guys? Now, on to the real stuff, guys. Is without the in it. Okay, I got you. I'm going to take that out. Well, I'll come back to it. I'll remind myself. Actually, let me set a reminder. I'm just going to put it on here. Get Cash Apps again, just in case I forget throughout the thing, because I'm a very forgetful person. But Nefertiti, you wanted to forfeit it. You would have taken that money. Come on now. All right, guys. So let's jump right into this stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about kind of my process about songwriting, give you guys some tips and stuff. My main profession and my main expertise is Latin music, specifically, but I work a lot with different styles, different genres of music. Songwriting is a very general kind of practice. Something that can be applied to all types of genres of music. It's just a matter of like how you do it. I just shared your live stream to a group of artists in my area. I appreciate that, Janessa. I really do. But that's all good because, you know, they missed out. I don't want to wait 30 more minutes for more people to show up, but you know, it happens. You keep the money and you spend it on what you want, whatever you want, girl. Dike giveth to the others, says the Lord. All right, bet. Anyway, I'm jumping right into this stuff. So, like I was saying, I specifically work on, actually, let's do this. Yeah, I specifically work with Latin music, and I do Latin songwriting specifically. But a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about today in my process is really about just like things that are applicable to other styles of music. Doesn't matter what style of music it is. You know, it's just one of those general things that can be applied. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna jump right into it and talk about my process. So one thing I want to, you know, tell you guys, obviously, as a songwriter, as a creative, when you're making music, a lot of this stuff is very much subjective, which means that none of the shit that we do is right or wrong. A lot of it is just based off of taste. A lot of it is based off what we like, what we don't like. And we kind of like shape our minds during the songwriting process around stuff that we like and stuff that we don't like, right? Which can sometimes be a weakness and can sometimes be a strength. But a lot of the times you want to open your minds and you want to share. You want to just basically gather new information, get new knowledge, and apply it to what you already know. Right? It's a lot of things. It's a super what's the word? It's a very trial and error kind of process. You don't really know what exactly is right or wrong. There's a foundation of a lot of this stuff that I'm gonna go into with a lot of this stuff, but there's definitely a foundation. But the whole point is, like, when my professors talk about songwriting, is that you learn the rules so you can break the rules. And I think that if we look at artists throughout time, they learn the rules, or singer-songwriters, they learn the rules and then they break them. And I think those are those people that separate, like, the sheep from the wolves, or the people that kind of like take a foundation and then create their own kind of like foundation. People like Michael Jackson, people like Stevie Wonder, people like Marvin Gaye. There's just so many different people that just take these things and create their own style and their own just their own vibe, really. And that's what it's about to me. When it comes to being a singer-songwriter, is about trying to be different than other people and just trying to create a vibe that is specific to you as an artist. So that's why a lot of this shit is very subjective, right? There's no right or wrong to do any of this stuff, whether it's production, whether it's singer-songwriter, whether it's being a musician. All it is learning the foundations. So whenever I start music, whenever I start to Rashane McBean, what's going on, man? I appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. We just finished giving away money to a lot of the people in the chat, but thank you so much. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m., I'm giving out free cash to people who join in the chat. We usually do it in the beginning of the stream, and then we move on to whatever it is that we're going to be doing for the joint. But thank you so much for coming in here, man. I appreciate it, and let's keep it moving. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can actually use this for content. content. So in my process of making music, right, I very rarely, a lot of what I do is to start off with something that inspires me, right? Something I've been doing a lot actually has been maybe going on Splice. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Splice. I know some people in the chat are definitely familiar with Splice. But like Splice will have like a couple of loops and stuff like that, like melodic loops that I kind of just put into my session or my DAW. And I kind of like build like a melody off of it, or start to build like lyrics around that stuff. It could be very simple, right? It could be something super simple as getting a loop and then creating a song out of that. And then another thing is, if you're a musician, right? I'm a musician. I actually started off as a musician before I even became a producer. And I wrote music just based off of like playing on a guitar or playing on. Actually, my first instrument was drums. But when I learned how to play guitar, a lot of my songwriting really stemmed from like the instrument itself. But everything is an instrument. Your productions that you do, those are instruments. Your MIDI keyboards, loops that you take, beat sampling, beat cutting, all that stuff, these are all instruments that you can use to create a song around, right? So something that I like to do is, like I said, from a loop or from chords. Sometimes I like to go back to old productions that is just the beat, and then maybe like that beat from like 5 years ago that you go back into your hard drive inspires you to do some other shit that you didn't even think about, because you kind of let yourself grow and be seasoned in your songwriting, so that you can go back to those old productions and be like, oh, I got this idea that I did just now, and I could apply it back then, right? And what else? Voice memos on iPhones or whatever phones you have. I don't know if you guys ever do that. Sometimes I'll just have a fucking melody in my head, like I'll be in the shower or something like that, and I'll just take my phone and I'll just record that melody. And then, every melody has a key to it. So whenever you apply that melody to your, a set of chords or whatever that is, you start building a song off of that. Like your melodies on your voice memos, you'd be surprised how many, like if you actually do it and practice it and just, do it like religiously, you'd be surprised how much music will literally come out. An overwhelming amount of music will come out of voice memos, just strictly recording a melody, or maybe some song that you would like in New York City or some shit like that, and there's like a melody that inspired you. You just want to record it, bring it back to the studio, and then create a whole production out of that. It's really that simple. I mean, a lot of this stuff, people, in my opinion, they think too hard when it comes to songwriting. It can be very simple as recording a voice memo during the shower, or something in the middle of the street that you heard that inspired you. Influence from the external and translate into something internally. What I mean by that is pretty much, and I'll talk about it a little bit more as we get into lyrics and shit. Is that you want to gain as much influence and as much inspiration as possible from the external, meaning get new experiences, get out there into the world, go to shows, go to Broadway shows, go to live music shows, go to comedy shows, just go out there and experience music, go to different countries. Even something that I have the privilege of doing starting like last year was being able to travel and having like the luxury to like travel to different countries and learn about those people and learn about their experiences, but also dive into like their style of music at the same time. And when you get these new experiences, especially experiences that you've never experienced before, you bring that back to the studio and you bring that back to your style and apply it, and it creates a kind of fusion in your music. It's something that you can't really do if you just sit in your fucking in your studio and you're just here making music with no inspiration at all, or you're just finding things like on Spotify or on YouTube, which are also valid experiences and things that you can bring from the external. But again, you're just stuck in your studio. You want to gain actual live, tangible like experiences from different people, different cultures, different styles of music that you'd never heard of before that might influence something in you in the future. But I'll talk more about that later in the chat, in the stream. Let's see what the chat is saying. I need to snag a bunch of stuff from Splice. I keep putting my sub on pause, then it comes back and I haven't using the credits. Yeah, man. I mean, you Splice to me is a fucking gem, because actually most of the music that I have made within the last year have all been influenced by Splice, and I think Splice is such a tool that you can use. Now, does it make your process easier? Sometimes when your process gets too easy, you got to take a step back and try to make that shit hard for yourself and make it a little bit difficult, or not difficult, but just challenging. Because I think Splice is so dope and it gives you a lot of opportunities to create and songwrite, but it gets too easy. It becomes a point where you're just like, all right, just take it from Splice, pop it into the DAW, and then boom. It's like, and then sometimes people just use the loop and they don't alter that loop, or they don't sample that loop, which can get kind of messy when you're putting out music at the same time with copyrights, because somebody can use the same melody on Splice as somebody else, and those could be like the same key or the same whatever it is, but it could be the same thing, which I've seen actually a lot with other people's productions. What else are we saying? I use voice memos all the time. Voice memo is key. In fact, I just record vocals using it and process the shit out of it and include that in my tracks. There's nothing wrong with that. If it works, it works. That's the whole point of this shit. If it works, it works. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. What I'm saying is challenge yourself at the same time too. When you start to challenge yourself with different things that you're not used to, it becomes difficult at first, but once you fight through it, you start to discover different things about yourself in your journey as a songwriter, and you just get better. It's just gonna make you like a better overall creative person, a better singer, a better songwriter, and people will look at that, be like, yo. Like, people tell me all the time, like, I've never heard some shit like that. That's what you want. You want somebody to be like, yo, I've never heard that shit before in my life. How did you do that? And when that happens, that's like, that just influences you to be more proactive in learning different things from different people and different sources. Let's move on. I hope that made sense to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody for being here. We got 5 viewers. Thank you guys for joining the chat. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to point at this camera right here because I love you. Is this awkward? It's supposed to be. All right, let's go. Let's dive into a song really quick. So, I want to give you guys a yeah, I'm going to sing for you guys. So what I want to do really quick is I'm going to show you guys a song that I wrote that I'm actually going to be releasing next year. Next year, God damn it, next month. Called what was the name of the song? Oh, Pink Guava. Right. So it's a song that I wrote called Pink Guava, and I'll actually pull up the lyrics here. It's in English and it's in Spanish, and I'll dive into a lot of the things that of my process from making this song, and then I'll get into some like more like nerdy, like very specific stuff in terms of like structure, chords, A section, B sections, lyrics, metaphors, all that stuff. So I'll get into all that stuff, but I think this is like a good song to kind of like start this shit with. So it's a song called Pink Guava. Let me bring it up a little bit here. And I wrote this song. You know what the crazy thing about writing music, man? The crazy thing about writing songs is that the meaning, I guess, mainly for me, again, this is just my process, but music and the meaning of songs that you write can change over time, which I think is the beauty about this shit that we do, is that when you write music, you're thinking about something in that moment, and then maybe 5 years down the line when you hear it again, that you think about that shit from the past, but you've grown so much that song means something different to you than when you wrote it. Happens all the time. Even with music that other artists have written before, I've listened to their songs and they meant something to me at that specific time. But when I listen to it maybe like 4 or 5 years later down the line, it means something totally different, and it just it's about growth, right? So I think this is one of those songs that I wrote 2 years ago, but I wrote it 2 years ago, produced it last year, and I'm putting it out this year because I wanted it to be right. And I'll sing it for you guys so you guys can kind of hear what I did. I'll do like a verse, chorus. I'll do the whole thing. I'll just sing the whole fucking thing. All right, so this is my first time singing on the live stream. Like, actually, no, this is not my first time singing on the live stream. What am I talking about? I did this shit with So Far Sounds for like a year. I'm gonna sing you a song. So you guys can see that. Very cute. All right. Let me see if I remember the chords. No. You guys hear that okay? I'll bring it up a little bit more. If it sounds crazy, just let me know in the chat, but I think it sounds good, right? Check, 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 check. All right. Did not warm up, so if I sound like shit, my bad. Of all my lessons, siempre parece saber cuándo volver a mí. Of all my lessons, all my blessings, eres la fruta que da bendición para mí. Yeah. Of all my lessons, I still fall for you. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Voy en camino. Voy en camino. Voy en camino. Baby, te prendo pa' poder verte. Te quemas libre mi mente. Te llevo al paraíso. Guayaba, guayaba, guayaba. Si te caes del árbol te atraparé. Abrirte completamente para beber. Baby, no. Baby, no estoy lejos. Baby, no. Baby, no estoy lejos. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Voy en camino. Voy en camino. Voy en camino. Oh. So that song was called Pink Guava. Forgot to put the thing down. Yeah, so that song was called Pink Guava. It's a hold on, what is it? Oh, the chat just went crazy. Hold up. Let me read. Let me get soup. The audio was good. Thank you. Yes. He has a ton of tough chat and stuff like that. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 77 Social. Thank you so much for joining, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It'll be out next month, but this is not about me. This is about teaching. And what I wanted to show you guys was that's how I wrote the song originally. I wrote it on guitar, and I should have put it on this screen when I was fucking singing this shit. Oh well, you live and you learn. But thank you guys, I appreciate it. And I wrote that song on the guitar just like that, just like you heard it. Just 4 chords that I used in the song, and then I had this idea of the forbidden fruit and how the forbidden fruit was forbidden, like in the Bible. But I wanted to make a song, close to me where, I write a lot about the Caribbean, like Caribbean things and things that have to do with Puerto Rico, and like the fruit on the island is like the guayaba, which is like the guava fruit, especially around the Caribbean and everything. And I wanted to kind of write a song instead about a fruit being forbidden, but the fruit being the destination, and kind of like being that fruit that is not that is about knowledge, or it can be about love, or it can be about going after something, a goal of yours. It's about that destination and meeting that goal. So I wrote that song where I specifically was talking about something where it could be interpreted as something that maybe y'all, that Nefertiti probably thought it was when I talked about pink guava, which again, it could be that, but it can be a bunch of different other things. And even when you look up the meaning of like the guayaba fruit, there's so many cool spiritual meanings behind the fruit. And especially in Taino culture, which is something that I practice. And if you don't know what Taino is, it's basically the indigenous Caribbean people. And the pink guava is like the fruit of those people that they used to pick from the Caribbean islands and stuff. So what I want to actually show you guys is how I turned that from the acoustic guitar version, and I made it into a whole full-fledged production, right? So here's what actually the song sounds like after I took those chords and I put it into a DAW and I started developing it, which is what you want to do. You kind of want to start making your music. I think the best music is music that you can that is raw, that is like that you can take a production, a full production, and then strip it down, and it could be powerful on its own without all the production, with all that extra shit, and you could just have a voice and a guitar. And that to me is the best music, is just the bare minimum of songwriting, which all comes down to you and the instrument, or other vocals, or other vocalists within it. So yeah, but this is how the song sounds like, and you'll see how different it sounds from what I just did to now. So check it out. Let me know if you hear that good. I'll put the lyrics up. On my way, hey, hey, yeah. Woo! Camino, en camino, oh, oh, oh. Para. Completamente para beberte. I'm on my way. Voy en camino. Hey. We're right here. Hey. 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 All my lessons. Parece saber cuándo volver a mí. Woo. Come on. Eres la fruta que da bendito a mí. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. On my way. Hey, yeah. Voy en camino. Voy en camino. Oh, oh, oh. The horns, baby. The saxophone. Woo. I love that fucking song. Also a big part of songwriting, love your fucking music. Love the fuck out of your music. Yeah, man. It was that is Pink Guava. That'll be out actually next month on all the streaming platforms, March 17th. And thank you guys so much for fucking with it. I really appreciate you guys that were fucking with the song. It's one of my favorite songs, and I've been keeping it since last year. But today, this year, felt really appropriate to to make it happen. So thank you guys so much. Let's get back into this songwriting stuff so I can teach y'all some shit really quick. Yo, Neff, you gotta teach me how to this is you don't gotta pay for shit. I'm not one of those gatekeeping. Listen, I'm not one of those gatekeeping motherfuckers that is like, you gotta pay me $500 million if you want to learn how to fucking write a verse. Like, that is the dumbest thing. Cause I used to be a part of that whole thing. I used to be, in a bunch of songwriting, competitions, a bunch of songwriting rooms where you got to pay to play and do all this bullshit. And it's just like, it's not my thing. And I think that that whole gatekeeping community, kind of thing where they just charge you for information, knowledge should be free. That's what I believe. Knowledge should always be free. You shouldn't have to pay for it. I think college is a scam, like, especially for music, even though I'm like fucking $50,000 in debt and that bullshit, but it's all a scam. But it's just, people think that knowledge should be paid for, and I think knowledge should be free. That's just what I believe. All knowledge should be free. It just makes everybody better. It makes everybody want to fucking do this shit. And it just inspires people to be a part of a community of people who are not holding stuff back just because they've been through a whole bunch of experiences. I get it for engineers or producers or songwriters and stuff like that. Yeah, charge for your shit, but you can still teach people. You can still give them little bits of pieces of information that is not holy. I am very blessed to have like an A&R and a mentor who's been 30 plus years in the game as a songwriter, as a producer, as an engineer. He co-wrote what's her name? He co-wrote Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, and he just gives me free game just because, you know, he sees that I'm really about this shit, and he sees that I'm really serious about this stuff, so he gives me free game just because of that relationship, and he just wants to share that stuff and pass it on. And I want to do that as well. I want to be able to pass on information to people so that they can use it, and so they don't have to feel like they have to struggle to learn something. You know, obviously you can find it on YouTube and all this stuff, but I think if you hear from a person who has that experience already, you know, why not share it? You know, are you gonna die with that information, or you know, I'd rather fucking give that information out before I fucking leave this world. And it's stupid. It's like money. Like you fucking like money. People will hold on to money like they're gonna have it for the rest of their lives. I'm like, bro, just give it away. Like you're not gonna have this money when you're dead. Like it's gonna be worthless to you. Just like knowledge. This knowledge is gonna be worthless to you when you're dead. You're not gonna fucking say it. So give it out while you're alive, while you still can. Anyway, I'm done. That's like my content. Yeah, man, doesn't make any sense, and I'm glad you guys resonate with that, because gatekeeping is ridiculous. But let's keep on going with this stuff, so you guys, so I don't keep you guys all night. So chords that inspire. I wrote this because I feel like, just like with the loops on Splice, and just like with you know, even the chords that I was just playing, I feel like whatever music that you hear, obviously like instrumental kind of like music and shit, you know, that stuff will inspire you, right? So I will, for example, I have here, like, you want to create like a mood, right? And within that mood, usually the chords are what give you that mood. You know, there could be happy chords versus sad chords, right? If you're in a sad mood, you're obviously going to play some sad shit. Spanish music, what I do a lot of the times, a lot of it is very romantic music, very sad, very, what's the word? Very melancholy style of music, very dark. For example, where's my pick? Yeah, I just put that notification bell on. Woo! Appreciate you. Thank you, Janessa. You the best. You the best. Anyway, so like I said, like chords that inspire. So for example, if you hear like a set of chords like piano or guitar or violin and stuff like that, usually those are things that you can find like on Splice or on YouTube, or just like hanging out with your musician friends that play instruments as well. For example, when I say happy chords, I'm thinking about like something simple like, you know, shit sound kind of crazy. Hold up. That's a little brighter, yeah. Right, so like happy chords like that, which you hear that in like all styles of music. That's happy. It's happy as fuck. It makes me want to write a song about fucking, you know, celebrating losing my virginity or some shit, right? Or something would be a little bit more on the sadder side, or the melancholy side, the darker side. The more romantic side would be something like this. Right? Right? There's a lot of directions that those chords can go into. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of the mood and what you're trying to go for. Now, I put on here under my chords that inspire like 1-4-5-1. Now, if you don't know what that means, essentially, we're talking about like structure in a song, right? Which usually comes from chords, right? Usually comes from how you structure out your progressions, your chord progressions, you structure out your song. And it's a very, I'm not gonna get into like theory or music theory and stuff like that, but for example, I like to do things with numbers. Like with chords, I will assign each chord a number. So for example, if I'm doing like a happy song, 1 4 5 1, and I'm in the key of C major, for example, so I'll be playing like C, which is your 1, your 4, which is F, right? Your C, which is 5, and the key of C back to 1. And then you structure that out, right? That's a chord progression. You just built a structure of a song that you can put lyrics or melody on top of, right? So when you think about chords and trying to build structure, kind of think about them in numbers, right? You're thinking about them in like, this is the first chord, this the fourth chord, this the fifth chord, and this is back to the 1 chord, right? Or when you're doing something a little bit sad, right? You have 4, back to the 1. So thinking about it kind of like in numbers, thinking about it like in numbers and stuff like that, or how you're structuring it out when you're doing your chord progressions and stuff like that, right? And I have on here coming up with an A section and a B section. What does that mean? All that means, dang, something clicked when you explained that. All that means is you have one section of a song, which would be something like, just something very simple like this. Play it again. It's still the A section of the song. And I'm gonna play it again. Back to the A section. This whole thing is the A section. This progression is the A section, right? Now, I'm gonna veer off to a B section, which basically means I'm gonna go off into something different. A new set of chords, a new progression. It'd be like this. Back to the B section. Back to the A section. I forgot what I did. But you get the idea, right? So essentially you're going from A section, B section. Back to the A section. And that's something that you do over and over and over again. You just start hearing it differently, right? It's just, you'll know that switch from section to section when you hear the chords differently. That's essentially why I wanted you guys to know about this stuff and chords that inspire, because, you know, you'll have an A section. And say, for example, you want to come up with a bridge. Most songs that I've written are only written with like 4 chords. Like if you hear all music that's out today, not even 4 chords. Sometimes, you know, if any, 4 chords. But most songs will probably just be like... That'll be the whole fucking song. That'll literally... Or fucking like... Especially like in like hip hop music, when you don't want a lot of melodic changes in the music and stuff, unless you're like a Kendrick, again, like a Kendrick Lamar who literally breaks the fucking rules and just like he raps over just like a jazz beat that's going in like a bunch of different like sections and different chords and different chord progressions all at the same time, and he's like rapping over that. So like hip hop, there's like an exception for it. But if you're writing like a song, like you're a pop singer, for example, Janessa, you know, you want to be able to take your voice, right? You want to take your melody to different places. And you do that by changing sections in the music, like I just did right now. I'll give you another example, something a little bit prettier, right? So something like... right? That'll be your A section of a song where you'll keep repeating it over and over and over again, right? But what if you want to take it somewhere else? What if you want to do a bridge? Or you want to do a break of a song, right? You want to take it to a different place and take your voice somewhere different. And you do that by creating a new pattern of chords or, just a new pattern of chords so you can take your voice to that place. I'll give you an example from there. So it'll be like this. So I'll just like mumble some shit, right? And then I'll change it up. And then go back to the A section. Back to that B section. Back to the A section. Right? So you want to take your voice places, and you only can do that as a singer or as a songwriter by moving those chords and moving the pattern and changing different things. Because that other section could be like what catches people's attention, right? Think about it like if you're, most listeners will never realize that they're listening to the same chords over and over again. They're either listening to the melody, they're either listening to the lyrics, or they're either listening to the beat. They're never listening to the structure of the song. But you can make them listen to the structure of the song if you change the chords and do something different than what you're doing already by adding a bridge or adding a B section or adding like a break. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that you can just like, make your music versatile as shit where you don't have to stick to the same amount of chords. You can just take it somewhere else and it'll catch the audience and the listener's attention, and you got yourself a dope-ass song. And usually the bridges or those B sections are the areas that people catch on to the most. Like they'll catch on to like a lyric of a song that they really like, that stuck out to them the most, or a part in a song that really stuck out to them the most. And it's usually that B section or that bridge section. All right, let's move on. I just want to say shout out to everybody who's in the chat room right now. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all gonna get some applause. That is not the right button. This is the right button. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, guys. If you are here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. We give out free cash every single Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. To show support to everybody who joins these live streams. And yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys. So let's keep it moving, my friends. All right, cool. Let's go to the melody. Now, I was just talking about this right now. The melody can is usually what people hold on to. All right, melodies are king when it comes to songwriting. Fuck the beat, fuck the the lyrics. Well, actually no, fuck the lyrics too. The melody is what carries the music. The melody is usually what people that's what people catch onto. You think about the great music. Just even fucking happy birthday to you. Or no, I'll do the Stevie Wonder, like happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to, which I prefer over fucking happy birthday to you. That shit is whack as fuck. So, those are the things that a good melody is what actually takes your music and makes it last over time. It makes it timeless. You think about like Michael Jackson, don't stop till you get enough. Come on. To the full stop. Don't stop till you get it on. It's a simple ass melody too. Don't stop till you get it on. Come on. To the full stop. Don't stop till you get it on. He's singing like in one note, right? Like maybe one or two notes, but he making that shit work because there's a bunch of stuff that are on top of it, and it's the melody and the lyrics and everything combined that make it. The melody is what drives the music. Always, always, always. It's what makes or breaks a song. All right. So something that you guys can do when you have yeah, we don't the switch up on the birthday song. Man, come on, you gotta do the Stevie Wonder version. You cannot do the fucking that whack ass happy birthday, that Barney bullshit. But I look mad yeller. Hold up. That actually made it a little bit better. Yeah, melody is king, right? So you want to obsess over the process of singing a melody until you get something that you like. I'm gonna show you guys really quick what I do, because there's a lot of stuff here that I want to show you that I can only show you like if you're in a DAW or you're in the studio, right? And I don't know how the hell I'm gonna be able to do this. Actually, that's too much work. But essentially, you want to obsess over singing chords, right? You want to obsess over singing a melody, you know? Like I said, something very simple, like this. So and you don't have to, some people, again, there's no right way to do this, so I'm not saying this is the right way, but, people sometimes write with lyrics first and then they put it at the melody. I personally will write or hum or babble fucking random ass words to get the melody that I want first over the chords that I'm playing or over the loop that I'm hearing on Splice or some shit like that, right? And I'll give you guys an example using Splice as well. But for example, if I'm just doing some shit like, and I really love these chords, right? And I'm listening to it back. And I'm thinking about the melody. So I'm like, and then maybe out of doing those chords, maybe some words will come out, or maybe another melody. Another melody. Another melody. I've been doing it for a long time, so I can come up with like 100 melodies right now, just right off the dome, just using 3 chords, right? But it's not about coming up with a shit ton of melodies. It's coming up with something that inspires you, right? You want to come up with a melody that really, really sticks to you. And when it does stick to you, stick to that melody, right? Because usually those are the melodies that are the ones that make your song, or the ones that you enjoy the most. So again, when you're singing it, you'll hum shit, and then maybe some words will come out. I'm just thinking of like random words. I'm thinking about flying. I'm flying in the sky. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna fall. There's something up there now. I don't think I'm allowed to fall to the ground. I'm gonna fly away, fly away, fly away to you. Fly away, I'll fly away to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of the stuff is organic and it comes out of you, and it's like, you do it. It's like practicing it's muscle memory. It's like practicing a muscle or exercising. It's just like the more you do it, it's just gonna get easier and easier and easier the more you do it. And it's, again, I'm only playing 3 chords, and I came up with like 6 different melodies and possibly a song about flying. Right? It's all supposed to be very organic, and it's just more about doing it over and over again. Now, I'm going to show you something that you can do during your writing process that helps me a lot and actually makes it kind of fun to write music, and it kind of makes me obsess over it. So give me like 2 seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this guitar to my other interface, and I'm going to lay down some guitar on this stuff. And I haven't figured out quite yet how to make you guys hear it while I'm playing it on this interface, because there's a lot of shit going on right now already. But I'm just going to lay down the guitar track, and then I'm going to teach you what I do when it comes to doing something called comping, which is basically I do something called comping my melodies, which I'm taking a bunch of different melodies that I sing, and I'm kind of like structuring them together to how I want it to be and how I like it. So I'll give you guys an example really quick. Just give me 2 seconds. Play some music while doing it. And let's see. Boom. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can hear the metronome playing. No, you guys can't hear that. Okay. So, really quick, 1 second. Okay. Now I can't hear myself, but I see my whatever the fuck that thing is. So you guys won't be able to hear it, the guitar on your end, but I'm just gonna track this really quick. For some reason I can't hear. Oh, that's why. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna record some random shit, right? I don't like that. Something else. All right, cool. So I'm gonna loop this. And we have this. All right. I got 2 microphones. Now, this is kind of like what I do, right? So I will lay down, I have a chord here, or a progression of chords, or maybe I'll do like a splice thing. I'll show you after this one too as well. And I want to lay down some vocals. I want to lay down some melodies and shit, right? So here's what you could do. If I can hear myself. Check, 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 check. Okay, cool. So you won't be able to hear as I'm recording and monitoring, but I hear myself because I connected it to the fucking thing. Oh, wait. So you won't be able to hear what I'm doing right now with this microphone, but you'll hear it after it's done recording. So check it out. You got me feeling something. I wanna tell you why. Every time you make me feel alright. I never knew you loved me. I never thought it's you. And baby, won't you be mine? Another melody. Baby, won't won't you tell me I'm using you for love? And tell me I don't know why I'm in love with you. Another melody. Baby, I need somebody. Baby, I don't know when. This is something I need. 'Cause I hopelessly have found myself. I just open my eyes to you. Another one. Let me on deck, I need it. Some of this says I want it. Oh, my mama, lose me. And this is not the love. I'll tell you what's up. I needed something to leave. All right, cool. So I can do this shit for hours, all right? I will obsess and I'll go crazy coming up with a shit ton of different melodies. And essentially what you see here, right? You guys will see, go back to this. All right, now I can hear myself. All right, so you will go in Ableton and Pro Tools, there's something called comping, right? And what that basically means for a songwriter, something that's really fun that you could do is just come up with a bunch of different melodies, right? Just come up with a bunch of different melodies that you like or that you're inspired by and just listen to them, right? So we'll have it's gonna sound like shit, but actually what's the key of this? So it sounds total shit. It's A minor. So let's see. Let me just put some auto tune on this thing so it doesn't sound crazy. It should be A minor. A minor. Let's see. Cannot hear it. Why can't I hear it? Oh, that's why. My line's not up. Let's listen to another melody, right? Here we go. This one. Right? Let's listen to another melody. I like this one. This sounds like a hook. The melody, I mean. The words ain't saying shit. Right? So I really, really, really like that as like a hook. So here is something that you can do. So you have all your melodies out. I like to structure out my melodies first before I even think about writing lyrics because the lyrics usually come out of the melody, right? So I'll do something like I will and this can even go for as like a producer, right? If you're a producer and you got chords and there's a dope melody over those chords, you're on your fucking MIDI keyboard and you're just like writing just playing like different types of melodies and you're playing them over and over again, you're playing different ones, you can use the same technique, but this is more with like vocals, right? So I really, really love this part right here. So I like these. So I'm gonna keep this right here. And maybe I would say maybe like this part of the song, I'll bring that up here, right? And then another part will come after that. So you got two melodies right there, right? One of them to me sounds like a hook, so I'll probably put that later in the song. So for example, I could take my guitar chords right here, right? Because usually songs will just have the same chord progression happening for the entire fucking thing, usually. But to differentiate it, you do it with the melody. So boom, I'm gonna take this, right? I'm gonna copy, I'm gonna paste, I'm gonna duplicate it, and now I got a 16 bar fucking thing here. Let me make sure that shit is actually okay. Wait, is that right? What the fuck? Fuck you, dude. Okay, cool. So now I have a 16 bar of chords, and now I want to use this right here, this section, boom. I'm going to bring this over to this part, which I would say this part will be my hook. Let's say that. And then this part right here will be my verse or intro or whatever it is that you want it to be. And I really, really love this whole section, or let's say the last section that I did as the verse, boom. And then we'll pause it, and then the hook. Right? I really just love this part as the hook, to be honest with you. So I'll just duplicate that part. So it'll just be, don't know, and usually hooks will repeat again, right? So I'll make that shit play again. And then we'll go back to the verse or make another verse. Right? So maybe when you go to like the second verse after the hook, right? Maybe you go back to that same thing that you just did from the first verse that you did, right? So it'll come out of the hook like this. And then maybe it'll go back to the same melody from the first verse with different lyrics. Or you can just take one of the melodies that you did that you didn't use that maybe you did like, or you can just adjust as you go, and you copy that motherfucker to the second verse. So now you have literally a whole structured out song. Verse 1 here, you got your hook here, you got a verse 2 here, and then it'll go back to the hook. So now all of it together, just an example. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, hook, boom. Right? Keep the same melody if you like it. If the hook is dope and if it sounds catchy, keep it. Now we'll go to a verse 2. And then it'll go back to the hook. Or you can add another verse. All right. So again, literally, it's like, all right, let's hear what the chat's saying right now because y'all blowing this shit up. Hold on. Oh, God. Hold up. Let's see. What's happening? What's happening? Nice. The name of the video says, "Oh ha, it's the effortlessness for me." Yeah, well, you know, you go crazy doing this shit over and over again, and yeah, it becomes effortless, but doesn't make it any more easier. What else is the chat saying? I'm gonna have to look up comping because if I can do that in Ableton, it'll be golden. Listen, Ableton comping, they just added this shit for the new Ableton 2, Ableton Live 10. It is fucking king. I love it better than Pro Tools in my opinion. It's especially mostly for like producing or producing vocals or writing and shit. The fucking goat. Are we supposed to be hearing the DAW right now? Did he say we wouldn't be able to hear it? I'm familiar with comping to capture the best text, but comping. Wait, did you guys not hear it? Okay, you guys are hearing it. Never mind. Oh, see, I was missing it because I just had my left earbud in. Oh, okay. Oh my God, you scared the shit out of me. I thought you guys weren't hearing it. Goddamn. Okay, I'm familiar with comping to capture the best text, but comping completely different melodies. Yes, that is. Listen, that's something I learned last year. Comping melodies and like that shit made me obsessed with writing, and I think it just makes it more fun, you know, when you can do shit like this and you can just take different parts of different melodies and put them together and shit and then start. It's like a puzzle, bro. It's like just start putting shit together and then it's like and you start putting lyrics on the shit. It becomes a lot of fun, you know. You just become obsessed over it. You should be hearing it now. Oh, I see. I was missing it because I just had my left earbuds in and that's coming out of the right channel only. Yeah. Exactly what I've been searching for, low key. I've been looking for how to make better melodies. Comping is a great fucking tool for this stuff. We heard it. Good. No, it was there. Like that was my bad. It's all good, bro. Appreciate you, Mark. But yeah, like I said, like that kind of stuff, like that will only make you better as a songwriter, right? You just start comping melodies and you start making different melodies and shit like that. And you know, the way that Ableton is structured where you can do this, it's just like you fucking, like I said, you take like a melody that you like that's right here, boom, press enter, and boom, you just have it. It brings it up there, and if you don't like it, put it back down and keep what you have. So again, super versatile shit that you can do. Did I go over comping melodies? Yep. So yeah, that's like a tip that you guys can take that you can do in whatever DAW that you use. Comping melodies is king. All right, let's go to the last part of this songwriting thing because we're about to wrap up in a little bit. But this is something that's kind of straightforward. You know, just like general information that you can use. But like when it comes to lyrics, in my opinion, and it's something that I also struggle with a lot as well too, right? I'm sorry. Something I struggle with a lot is kind of making my lyrics simple, not putting too many words, right? I think it works more with like hip hop and rapping and stuff like that, where you want to use words. You're telling a story. You know, rap is very like story based style of music, right? So you want to include a lot of words. In pop music, you know, people tend to get really just bored of hearing too many words in your music. And I think that you hear that in a lot of really great pop music that they don't really, they're either repeating a lot of the same words or they're using less words. And I think less is more when it comes to songwriting. And it's something that I'm learning is a lot too. Something I struggle with because you want to tell your story, right? You want to tell as much information as possible so that you can get your point across. The trick is, and it's something that all songwriters struggle with, is trying to say what you want to say with the least amount of words as possible and the most catchiest hook as possible, because that's really what makes a commercial pop hit. Is something that you can use, is a song that you can write that you're not that you're just not doing too much. You know, you want to do as little as possible. You know, the simpler you can make your shit and the catchier you can make your melody, the better the music is going to come out and the better it's going to resonate with other people. Because what you want to do as an artist or as a producer or as a songwriter is you want to write music and lyrics that catches the audience's attention as fast as possible within like the first like 15 seconds of a song. You know, you want to hook them into it. That's why they call it a hook, because you're hooking the listener into that song. So you want to make something that will catch them immediately. And you usually do that with a very catchy hook or a very provocative way of saying a lyric or a different way of saying a lyric. Like instead of saying, I want to fuck you, you can say it's something completely different. Use a metaphor, use fucking analogies, use it in a way that, like how, Marvin Gaye used to do it all the time. Like Marvin Gaye will never fucking outrightly say like, I want to fuck the shit out of you, give me your pussy, stick my dick in. Like he's not gonna say that shit. He's gonna make it mad sexy, and he's gonna use double entendres. He's gonna use metaphors. He's not gonna use love. He's gonna use like other kinds of shit that will catch the audience's attention, and it'll just resonate with that person, right? So a lot of the stuff that I put on here is just like, try to say as much as possible with as little words as possible, right? And that also, again, depends on the style of music that you're making. And you want to, like I was talking about it before, it's kind of like a puzzle. You kind of try to, when you have a really dope melody that you really fuck with, you want to try to fit some lyrics into there, right? Kind of like a puzzle where you're not really doing a lot. And you just want to make it as simple and as clear as possible. Like you don't have to be too clever with it. You just have to be very personable with it, and just depending on like the theme of the song that you're doing, that'll define like how good like the lyrics in the song will be. Different exercises that you guys can do as well is just like come up with themes. Like sometimes I get bored about writing about myself, and I think when you keep writing all the fucking time like I do, writing about yourself, it gets boring. Like my life is not that exciting. I just can't. How much more of myself can I write about, really? Like how much more of yourself can you really, really write about? I get bored of myself. I have to like go out into the world and experience new things, new people, new experiences, like, new settings, like move somewhere, stay in the middle of the fucking woods for like, a weekend or some shit like that, just to be in touch with nature and get away from people. Those different types of things help you with your lyricism, and it just expands your way of thinking. Let's see what the chat is saying. I write so many lyrics. Ha ha ha. I try to cut back on them. Yeah, I literally do the same thing too. Like that song Pink Guava. That's like a good example of like doing less, and then just repeating like the hook and all that stuff. But then I have like a song. Let me see if I can pull one up. But then I'll have like a song like, what song has a lot of fucking lyrics? Let's see. This song right here is one of the first songs I ever written. This was like fucking this is not a song. This is a script. Let me see. These are all songs that I've written, by the way. Let me see. Maybe, yeah, here we go. Bossa Nova Cane. So this is a song that I wrote too. This verse is long as hell. There's so many things going on in this verse. You know what I mean? Then I write another verse that's just as long, and then a bridge that's just as long right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is how I used to write. This was like in fucking, I don't know, 3 years ago or something like that. And you just want to try to avoid doing that. Again, depends on the songs, but you just want to try to avoid, especially in pop music. Like in pop music, you don't want people to hear a whole fucking story about a whole fucking thing that happened to you fucking years ago, and just feeding them just like word garbage. You want to like be clever with it. Say it in 2 sentences, say it in 3 sentences tops, that they will resonate with you. And it's like, yeah, that really touched my heart. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. Yeah, when I use less words in my pop music, it's so lit. Yeah, when I do jazz, it's a different animal altogether. Jazz, jazz can be. I mean, like jazz. Yeah, jazz, because jazz is really not about. To me, it's not really about lyrics. It's really about the melody when it comes to jazz. Like you can like go around, because with jazz music, there's just so many different things happening. There's like, you got your when you're playing like in a quartet or something like that, the guitar is doing something. Every single instrument in jazz is doing something, right? They all have to connect with each other. That's why when you have a singer thrown in there, they have their solo and they're doing like the solo thing, but the melodies are not complicated. You know what I mean? It's like you'll have like maybe a complicated, like a lot of lyrics, but the melody usually will never be complicated. It's embedded into everything that's happening around the instrumentation, right? That's what makes jazz jazz. It's just like it sounds simple, but it's very complicated at the same time. Yeah, you got Live 11 copying is built in now without doing a silly workaround. Yeah, fucking trust me. I've been in Ableton since Ableton, I think 8, and like they just put this shit in there, and I'm like, it's crazy. Drake once said, he's made a career off of reminiscing. That spoke to me. Yeah, yo, that's total facts. Like reminiscing, sure, reminiscing about different things in your life, but again, sometimes it can get boring. Like I don't want to write about the same fucking girl for every single song that I make. It's just boring. To me, again, this is my process. This is what I believe. You guys can probably think something else totally different, but you know, when it comes to writing, I want to be as fucking open minded and as possible. Um, let's see, cough, cough, cough. Been had copying, blah blah blah, and Logic. Yo, Logic can suck my dick, bro. I'm just kidding. I had Logic before. Logic is great, but Ableton is king. Uh, let's see. Chanel, don't come for me. Your thing with Drake is legendary. Don't mind me, Ladito. He's the love of my life. Oh my God, really? Can I? You know what? I'm not even gonna go into my Drake slander because I will, but I won't. I choose not to. Anyway, back to the songwriting. See, Drake won't do this shit, but I will. Um, Again, different things that you can do with your songwriting. Come up with themes, ideas from movies. I'm a big movie buff. A lot of the songs that I've been writing about have been movies. I wrote a song called Vuelo, and it was what I was showing last week. I think I showed it last week to Nefertiti, and it's basically a song about what is the song about? It was about the movie Avatar. When I saw the movie Avatar, the last one, The Way of the Water, I wrote a song literally about that, but through the perspective of the Navi people, right? Expand what you want to talk about, concepts. Last year, I did a concept project based around indigenous Caribbean people, and I kind of wrote a comic. I didn't kind of, but I wrote a comic book based around like indigenous Caribbean culture, sci-fi, futuristic shit that I did, and I basically soundtracked the comic book. I'll show you guys right now. It's on Spotify, but um, let me show you really quick. I think I could pull it up. Drive, all retro Caribe marketing content. I think I have it here. Comic book. Oh, right here. So I literally wrote a comic book, and I spent some money to have it illustrated and shit. And this is what it looks like, right? So I basically wrote this comic book, and I illustrated it. I didn't illustrate it, but I wrote the script and everything. And it was a love story between two people about Taino Indians if they lived into the future, like indigenous Caribbean people, if they lived into the future in 2084, if they survived colonization from the European people, and then basically just created this world based off of them living in the future and being like regular ass people, but in like a sci-fi kind of anime style kind of thing. Like there's a character here called Areito. There's a villain named Huracan. The woman in the story is her name is Sangria. So yeah, I basically what I did was instead of writing the music before, I wrote it after, and I basically soundtracked the comic book. That's another idea that you can use if you're putting out a project or something like that. If you want to put out like some graphics or something, you can soundtrack your graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like make a soundtrack, like a film score, even. You know what I mean? To an illustration or a project that you're doing. Like I said, it's just so many. You can get super creative when it comes to songwriting. It doesn't necessarily have to be about you. It could be based around you, like which is totally fine, but it doesn't necessarily have to be about you all the time, because I think, you know, when you discover and you go to different places and meet new people and see different things, you just kind of like your perspective changes on what you want to write about. Let me go back to songwriting tips. So yeah, that was an idea. It didn't. By the way, that comic book hasn't come out yet because the fucking illustrator didn't finish it, and he went MIA somewhere in Argentina since last year. So that's why I haven't fucking put it out. But I'll eventually put it out sometime in the future, so you guys can check it out. And shit. Let me see. What else do I have here? I'll talk about concepts. Write in someone else's point of view. This I highly recommend for anybody who's songwriting. Write in someone else's point of view. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. It could be a fictional person. It could be a real person. It could be your ex. It could be your mom. It could be your cousin. It could be your fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could literally put yourself in someone else's point of view and write from that person's point of view. I say, like, you can put an animal's point of view. You know what I mean? Like, write as if you were a dog. You'd be surprised what kind of shit you would come out if you just expand your brain and be like, yo, I'm a dog. I'm chilling on the street. I'm taking a shit and I'm being like, you could, whatever the fuck, I don't know what the. That was you know what I'm saying, but like I said, writing in someone else's in another person or thing's point of view, write as a flower. What if you were a flower? What if you were a fairy in some fucking fantasy land? What if you were these bunch of things that you can just write in their point of view and then take that and kind of incorporate it into your own life. It's you just expand the way you think about songwriting. It doesn't have to be about you all the time. And then ideas, so important that you expand on ideas. Everybody writes about love. It's just the simplest thing to write about. Everybody writes about heartbreak. Everybody writes about being angry. Everybody writes about hoes. Everybody writes about drinking. Everybody writes about fucking. It's just like you should always just try to expand an idea. If I'm going to write about love, what about love am I going to write about? Maybe I'm a flower and I'm writing in the perspective of a flower, and I'm falling in love with another flower in the Garden of Eden. Let's write about the Garden of Eden, how these two flowers fucking found each other, they fell in love, and then maybe like eventually like one of them died and one of them got really sad and shit like that. You see, writing about things like that can like expand the way you fucking think, where it doesn't have to be about another human and another human. Yes, we should always write about our experiences because that's also very therapeutic. Totally fine, and that's a very common thing that songwriters do. However, try to expand a little bit. Just try to like give yourself some just room to just open up your mind to different ideas and different things that it'll just make you a better songwriter, in my opinion. Like, there's so many different songs out there, especially like back in the day, where people will just write in these different perspectives that we don't even know if they're talking about themselves or they're talking about it in a different perspective. But in some cases, some of these songs are written in other people's perspectives or things or places and stuff like that. So yeah, expand the way you think, expand the way you write, expand on all that stuff. Double entendres, punchlines, clever lines. Now this is something super dope. It's something that you just kind of like learn and you study and I actually have something up here too that I can pull up. There's some examples of like some double entendres. Usually it happens more in hip hop and shit, right? Like Lil Wayne is like the king to me of double entendres and of punchlines and all that stuff. And he's like, I think he's like one of the most cleverest lyricists like that ever fucking lived. Like Lil Wayne is goated like as one of those people, right? So here's just a couple of ideas, right? So your ass forgot, so just in case you don't remember me, I'll run your brain around the block to jog your fucking memory. A double entendre, right? Your ass forgot, in case you don't remember me, I'll run your brain around the block, jog your fucking memory. And it goes right back to him not remembering, right? If you forgot. It's the concept of forgetting. You could date a stick of dynamite and it wouldn't go out without a bang. That's like something that says, just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna sell 2 copies if you press a double album. Who knew? But don't blame me when Lil Eric jumps off the terrace. You should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents. Fabulous is another one. Lloyd Banks from Fallback. I get brain from every female like my past intelligent. They're taking more nuts than the average elephant. Like, it sounds dirty like when he's saying it, but it's fucking clever as shit like what he's saying, because he's not. It's like he's being like very like vulgar with it, but it's also like, I get it. Like you females past intelligent. You're taking more nuts than the average elephant. Like it doesn't even sound dirty, but it does. Like it's actually not even dirty. It just sounds dirty because of nut and elephant and female and brain. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just like stuff that we use all the time that we don't even think about. Um, this last one right here. Look, dog, I don't run with the poodles. Difference is I'm eating in Rome and you eating Roman noodles. I actually don't know what the fuck that means. Let's give it up for Lloyd Banks. Yeah, absolutely. Usher's Confessions was written from his point of view. Actually, yeah. I was gonna bring up somebody else, but I'm not gonna bring him up. Crystal Waters' banger was legit about a homeless woman. So again, it's just all things. It's just like some things that you could think about. Like in hip hop is like the best way to me. That's what I get my inspiration from when it comes to like songwriting and punchlines, because they literally come up with the best punchlines and the most cleverest lyricism when in hip hop and in rap and stuff. So I usually get a lot of my stuff. Also, I would like to mention that I write in Spanish. I write in English first, and then I translate into Spanish because English is my first language. But again, I obsess over it. I treat it songwriting like a puzzle, and I like to kind of like write it in English so I can get my thoughts out fast, and then write it in Spanish so that or translate it into Spanish so that I can, and then just try to make it sound dope and kind of clever with that kind of hip hop double entendre mentality, but in Spanish. Lastly, look up synonyms for basic words. Stop using basic explanations for your songs. Use metaphors, similes, and analogies. This is something that's so overlooked when it comes to songwriting because I think people just like to be super simple and say, I love you, you love me. Like, no, don't do that. Stop saying simple words like, I hate these hoes I hate, I love you, bitch, but your bitch is great. Like use different words. Go on fucking Google and look up synonyms for the words, right? It's super fucking simple. Just look up synonyms for love, right? Look at all these different words that you can use instead of just the word love. Fancy, reverence, value, enjoy, admire, regard, revere, adore, dig, memorialize, delight. There's just you when you're thinking about songwriting, just try to think about it in a way where it's not just this, you can make it simple, but simple in a way that you're not using the same words over and over again, that you can expand upon that word, right? What else did I put here? Use metaphor, similes, analogies. Again, analogies are the same thing like double entendres and stuff like that. Again, this is just basic stuff, but it's just like these little tools and stuff just make you that much more better of a songwriter if you just stop using basic stuff. Like, don't be basic with your shit. You want your shit to stand out in front of an audience of people, right? If the same fucking 10 group of artists are going to be using a song using the same amount of words and the same type of words, then people are going to think that's the same type of song. But if you're using different types of words and different analogies and double entendres in your music, you're going to stand out amongst all the different other songwriters or the thousands upon thousands of songwriters that are putting 10,000 songs a day on fucking Spotify. You know what I mean? It's just like you want to be able to stand out. And a lot of that when it comes to being a songwriter is how you say your words and what are you saying and saying it with intention and not just being like, I'm gonna just, this line is a throwaway line. You don't want throwaway lines. You never want throwaway lines when you're writing music. You want to be able to make sure that every single line counts every single time you write your music. So yeah. The Crystal Water lives rent free in my history. Thank you. Good. It should be. What else do I have here? Conclusion. All right. So this is the end. Actually, I don't need to show you that shit. But anyway, in conclusion, you guys, first of all, thank you guys so much for like being a part of this whole thing, and like I hope you guys learned a lot of stuff that I was teaching on here. Just this is all stuff based off of my experience, just doing this shit all the fucking time and being a professional songwriter. Because I do write for a company called Epidemic Sounds for the last 2 years, and I write for their Latin pop catalog for for their website. If you don't know Epidemic Sounds, totally check them out. They are great. If you cannot use music you can't if you can't use fucking Drake, and you want to get fucking striked on YouTube, you can go to something like Epidemic Sounds where they have a music catalog of copyright free music. It's subscription based, but once you subscribe there and you put your music for your vlogs or for your videos or for your fucking live streams and stuff like that, it's just gonna it just helps you not get striked on YouTube or on any other website. Or on any social media service. So definitely check out Epidemic Sounds. But I write for these guys. So I'm writing every single day and I'm putting out, music every single year with them. And so I have to try to figure out ways to make it interesting every single day. And it's hard. Some people give up, it's just some people that just don't have, the patience to like to fail and to like, be stuck. Like people don't have that patience. So I'm always trying to figure out ways that I can make it fun and keep making it fun. And I do that by doing things like this, like expanding the way I write, get new experiences, meeting different people, trying new things. Like I said, writing about my life can get boring, especially the amount that I'm writing. So I have to. If I don't, then I'll go crazy. I'll just get bored. But I have to try different things and do different things and expand and try different styles of music and different styles of or write with other people. Collaboration has been the best fucking thing for me because that in itself, writing with other people has expanded the way I think, because again, I'm putting myself in somebody else's shoes and I'm thinking about that other person's emotions and that other person and what they went through, and then kind of like conjoining both ideas together. Is conjoining a word? Probably isn't, but putting all of our experiences together to create something, and those things matter when it comes to this kind of shit. What is the chat saying? Let's see. This has been awesome. Thank you, Janessa. Yo, Janessa, I'm so happy I met you because you're great, and I'm happy that you actually like learned something on this shit because that's the whole point. Like I said, this is really the whole point of this stuff is to make sure that you that this information is given out to people who are struggling with like trying to find inspiration with this stuff because it's not easy. Like, I used to be a teacher. I used to be a teacher for like 2 years. I used to teach pre-K to 8th grade, and I choose this every every fucking day my whole life versus teaching them damn kids. So yeah, doesn't mean it's easy. It's definitely not the easiest thing to do being a songwriter, but it gets easier the more you do it. And I think it gets easier when you just have fun with it. And I think that's what this shit is about. It's like just having fun with it in the beginning. The business stuff will come, later down the line. But if people don't see that if people don't see that you're having fun with your music, then they're going to just think you're miserable and not going to support you. And they're just going to think that you're just another person on the internet making music. So, it's all about having fun, being patient, and being consistent as fuck with a lot of this stuff. It's the only way you're going to get better. There's no formula. There's no cheat code for this stuff. It's really just putting 10,000 hours into this shit until you get it right. Inspiring in so many ways. Yes. This is so cool. I'm glad. I'm really happy you guys learned something today. But damn, 2 hours? I think this was the longest stream, guys. This was the longest stream that we did. We covered a lot of stuff today. I used to want to be a teacher, but I was like, nah. You made the right fucking choice, Janessa. Don't be a teacher. Although it's a great, honorable, and a noble profession, don't do it. Shout out to the teachers out there. I love you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this this stream. I'll be back on here live streaming 8:30 p.m. every single Wednesday. You guys have literally made my day. You made my night. You made this stream the most fun, and I'm just happy that you guys got to learn some shit and got to hear me sing for the first. Actually, I keep saying it's the first time of me singing on this live stream, but it's not. But I'm just really happy that you guys learned something. And if you guys have any questions, oh yeah, I just want to make sure I got this shit right. The Cash App stuff. I think it was Mark, and I think it was Janessa Holloway. Put your Cash Apps in the chat so I can get you guys your prizes. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for being here. I'll be here every Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. My name is Laud Ito. I appreciate you guys. Take care and many blessings. Bye.
Oye, vamos a tirar una cumbia con carajo. Ese bajo me ve tan heavy, suelta con ritmo bien heavy, tan prendida cuando me lo tiras, cuando estás encima. Dale baby, tírale para atrás, tira una cumbia con dale en alta, moviendo la cadera como soltera.